Beautiful night here at the Jalan Stadium, and of course the skyline with the HDBs overlooking the Jalan Stadium. It is 1-1 between Albrechts Niigata and HoウガンUnited, and of course it is the Great Eastern Yos S League 2013. We're almost set to go with the second half. Both sides made their way out right on time, and we're off, and it is Hoウガンwho are kicking from right to left. That get us underway nice and easily, and it'll be interesting to hear what was said by both coaches, you would hazard a guess, at half-time. Very fortunate that Naz is still in tip-top condition and has sprinted back up to the commentary position. Nice of you to agree with me there at half-time, Naz, about the goalkeepers, but what do you think was said by both coaches at half-time?
Yeah, I'm basically what I can see, especially for Albrechts Niigata, I'm sure they will still playing the same style the first 5-10 minutes, you know, and then waiting for the right moment to break forward. For Hoウガン, basically, I think there's not much changes. Maybe they try to be very defensive at this part of the game, and we will see. Maybe they go for a counter-attack.
Well, we'll see how far they drop off, if that is what they do. They seem to be doing that now because they're not pushing like they were in the opening 5 or 10 minutes, where they did cause all sorts of problems to Albrechts, that much we do know. Of course, it's been a very, very competitive league this year, as we've mentioned. The league table is very, very tight, and a point here for Hoウガンwouldn't be the worst point in the world. We keep them just behind Brunei, though, that's the thing, but it would take Albrechts Niigata a point closer to the 31 points that Tampines Rovers have, who are sitting at the top of the table. There's Azad, just gets a little clip there. Free kick was awarded. So, Hoウガン, a chance to push the big guns forward straight from the restart. Changed the angle slightly, Hazri. Beatty with the chest down, straight into the path of Bruno, though, who picks up the loose ball, looks forwards. He keeps possession in the end. Of course, a huge game coming up tomorrow at the Topayo Stadium, where Tampines Rovers, top of the league, take on Balestier Khalsa, who are currently in 8th place. And as you were mentioning before the game, the difference between 5th and 11th place is negligible, as shot almost gets in there. Good defending in the end from Ishikawa. Needed to come across there and put the challenge in.
I think Ishikawa did a good job, you know, to get across his body there, you know, covering for them, and it was a good challenge by him.
Ishikawa played in the J2 for Tokushima Vortex last season before joining the Albrechts Niigata side. Let's have a little look at what quality will be delivered here. Azar is going to be taking this one. You've got Diallo in front of the goalkeeper. There's 4 in and around the box, 1 just on the edge, 2 on the edge. Whipped in. Diallo's there, but Hara comes and fists it away. Help back in. Just scoop forwards, and Ishikawa again gets there. Help back on. Anywhere will do at the moment for Nagasaki. That's good play. Beatty with a little bit of time and space. Finds shot out wide. It was just behind him, though. Couldn't sort his feet out quickly enough. A siding challenge coming in there. No free kick awarded, but Faisal Amir didn't hold anything back with that challenge. There is Haro, just managed to fist that one away. Saw him make a couple of mistakes in the first half. He was to blame for the Ho우ガンgoal. His clearance was woeful, but made amends there.
Yeah, you can see that in the second half, you know, knowing that I think most of the time, you know, goalkeeper, that's a challenge. Normally, they just want to catch the ball instead of punching the ball. So I think what he did is the first corner kick, he did well for that.
Sometimes it's about confidence, isn't it, Naz? And you've got to get your confidence back. And if you've made a mistake early doors like that, you just want to, you know, either get hold of the ball or just get rid of the ball, and that's exactly what he did there.
Correct, you know, I agree with that. You know, basically, you know, you can see when you make a mistake, you try to forget about the mistake and try to do better in this when you every time got a ball. So I always encourage my players. So you know, mistakes always happen, but try not to get away the ball, you know, and just give up and, you know, just worry about holding the ball back.
That's what the actual outfield players do so well, retain possession. And here they go again with their Little tic-tac football at the back. It seems as though there's a trigger from the Hoウガンplayers to go and close down. Starting now with Diallo, just closing the back passage down and flick forwards. Brought down by Bruno, a little bit of time and space. He comes inside, plays it into Sakamoto, who gets taken out. Sakinu straight away. Free kick in a dangerous position. We've seen Suzuki drill one in from here. Absolutely stunning goal it was as well, so we know he can score from here. It's his free kick in the 25th minute against the Warriors, the last time that they played here. It was, of course, a 3-2 victory in favour of Albrecht Niigata, which has pushed the Warriors all the way down to 11th position out of 12. The Young Lions, well, it's a new Young Lions side, a whole bunch of youngsters. They are competing, there's no question about that, but the quality will come after they've been together for a little bit longer. It does look as though Suzuki's standing over this one. Sato is over it as well. You feel it's got to be the left footer from here. It's the right footer up and over the wall, fisted away from Fadil. Not the best clearance in the world. He's caught his wrist there. Could really have caught that or pushed it round the post, but elected to try and fist it back into play.
I think it's a good shot by Kazuki. You know, what happened is basically he tried to let the ball drop in front of the goalkeeper, and it's very difficult for goalkeeper to catch the ball.
Masataki Sato, the man that drilled that one in. And again, we have another little injury here. Seems to have been splattered, this opening exchanges, with all these little problems and little injuries. Well, the Albrecht fans trying to get behind their team with the little horns and the trumpets and the flags. Really has been a good turnout tonight from the Albrechts and the Western team, as they are, based in Geelong. There you go. They want two, not one. Yep, thumbs up though. They're happy with the way that everything's going. They look very happy with the way that things are going, don't they?
Yeah.
Fadil seems to be okay. It's going to be a corner though, so they're going to have to defend at the moment. 5 orange shirts in and around the penalty spot to aim for. The arm goes up, so this is one off the training ground. Drilled into that penalty spot. Good work, fired back across. Fadil did ever so well there with his feet. It was good work in the end from Fukuda. He tried to fire it back across goal, and Fadil alive to the task.
Yeah, it's a good move, you know, by the winger, you know, take it down and drive it very low, and it's very difficult for a goalkeeper. But I think Fadil did well to use his leg first and manage to get the second ball.
Strong challenge coming in from behind there. Meng just upending Bruno. Told you we hadn't seen the last of that after what had happened in the first half. And it's interesting to see that Albrecht Niigata, they did spend 2 weeks at the top of the Great Eastern Yos S League, week 3 and week 4, before Tampines started their domination, and have been on top ever since. A couple of hiccups along the way, Albrechts, but now finding themselves pretty much based in second position. Bruno heads it down. Gao Meng keeps it simple. Again, just dropping off and allowing Albrecht's time to pass the ball around in their own defensive third. That's what Hoウガンare doing, not really pressing or forcing the issue. Shot just jogs across to try and close down Fukuda. Inside from Ichikawa. Long diagonal. Looking for Suzuki, who wins the header, who heads it forwards. Bruno's not going to get there, but Lau Mei-ming will. He clears his lines. Not far enough, though. Ichikawa. It's caught in possession. That's good play. Azar with a little bit of time and space. Has runners ahead of him. Diallo is one of them. Diallo takes a touch, lays it off. Fazli Jaffa couldn't get the right connection for the cross in there. And no, Azar always on his way down. Just a little bit too tight. There might have been a little bit of contact, but the ball had gone far too far away from him here. Look, bang, there you go. And he was on his way down, wasn't he?
Yeah, you can see that he's just waiting for the ref to call for penalty, but I think basically he's going down all the way.
That would have been a very, very harsh penalty had that been awarded. You can say that quite clearly. Bruno just controlling the ball. Out forwards from Sakir. Shotton couldn't bring that one down, and again this stagnated pattern of play that we're seeing from both sides continuing. Hemada, a little bit of time and space on the left-hand side. Just slowing things down yet again. On the bench, just eagerly looking on. Bruno gets in behind here. Bruno cuts it back. Sakamoto! We only need half a chance. I have to be honest, while we're watching that, Naz was looking at me, I was looking at him, because they were going absolutely nowhere. And then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 quick, sharp passes. Bruno did all the hard work by getting in front of his man, retaining possession, rolls it back into Sakamoto. He makes it 8 for him for the season and puts him at the top of the goal-scoring chance. But more importantly, Albrecht Niigata take the lead. A good finish and a well-worked goal.
I think it's a very good goal. You know, it's a good work by Bruno. You know, managed to play the ball, managed to get a challenge and beat the players and cut it back where he saw Stowe is there. And it's a very good finish with Zato. And as I said, you know, Albrechts are very patient. They wait for a right moment to play, and I think they did well.
But defensively, you have to be patient against them as well, don't you, now? So you've got to look at Hogan there and say they're a little bit too eager, a bit too keen to jump in or dive in or get sucked in as they were there, and they've got punished for that.
Correct, I agree with that. You know, basically you can see Hogan is a bit frustrated. You know, he thought he can win the ball, but sometimes, you know, you have to be patient and not to dive in and to go for the challenge instead of keeping your body and, you know, not to sell yourself. So what he did is basically Hogan, the defender, tried to launch a tackle and thought he win the ball, but I think Bruno, as I said, did it very well.
That's that little lapse of concentration that you were talking about. Bruno gets in behind again, round Lau Mei-ming. Bruno checks back inside. This time Shakir's there to pick it up, roll it forward, gives it away though. A little bit cheap, that's a strong challenge. Suzuki goes to ground. Bruno thought about kicking it out, but the whistle has gone. It's the 35-year-old who got absolutely smashed. 16 years in J1 and J2, as we've mentioned, almost 450 league games throughout his career. It's not a bad return, and now come in just to add that bit of experience to this side. There you go, he's gone straight through him. He's lucky there, Shakir. That should have been a yellow card.
Yeah, I think Shugo did it well. You know, he's very experienced, been playing in the J1, J2 league. You know, coming to this league, you know, helping out the youngsters. I think he did very well.
This fellow just trying to sort out his wall. Well, it was his upper body strength that got him in behind the defender that created that second goal and almost created another goal-scoring opportunity there. So he's starting to come back into the game a little bit more now, Bruno. There is going to be a substitution, and it is going to be Shingo Suzuki that goes out. It is going to be Takeshi Nagasawa that will come on. He was the man that was left out of the starting lineup, so he's back on the field of play. Like for like there, just a straight switch, midfielder for a midfielder. Here's Sato. He helps it forwards. I thought about kicking out there, but then thought twice about it. Well restrained, and the referee just telling him well done for doing that. Watch. There's not too much in that. You know, you've got a challenge for the ball, haven't you?
But I mean, you can see that. But what happened is, the thing is, was a restless. I mean, can I say it's a careless tackle by the player? You know, instead of doing a challenge, you can always just make a challenge without hitting the ball.
Diallo delivers shot. No, what a chance! Oh my, oh my, oh my! He won't get an easier opportunity. You have to say that what put him off there were the bodies flying around in front of him. But as a striker, that's exactly what you want, isn't it, Naz? If you want it hung up at that far post, you get up above everyone and drill that back in.
Correct. I mean, as a striker, you know, forward that kind of ball, you know, you should have finished it, you know, without anything, because I'm sure you've been training on the ground, getting on crosses and then finishing it. But I think that kind of ball you should have gone in.
Well won by Bruno again. Bruno closing down Lau Meng Meng. I'm going to go through everything that's in the way and does well to come away with the ball. Overplayed a little bit though. Again, sometimes it's easier to launch the ball forwards and turn the defenders. Go, fight, win is their motto. That's what they have with all their boards for the cheerleaders. As the free kick's awarded. Hazard just holding his hand up and saying, yep, okay. Sorry, guilty as charged. Just calming down the whole situation. It's quite amazing to see as well when you have a look at the disciplinary records of both of these sides. It's actually remarkable when you consider Albrechts Niigata are top of the table along... Well, not along. In the 12 games, they've only had 13 yellow cards. No double yellow cards, so no red cards at all. That's absolutely remarkable when you go to the other end of the spectrum and you look at the likes of Balestier Kelso and Tanjong Pagar, who 33 yellow cards for Balestier, 3 reds altogether. Woodlands Wellington, well, they've had 3 reds and 3, as in 2 yellows and 2 red cards, so 5 sent off in their games that they've played in. Hogang sitting pretty in the pack, really. Just the 1 red card that was shown to Lau Meng Meng a month and a half ago. And they've had 34 yellow cards. So Albrechts Niigata really are a country mile ahead of everybody else when it comes to discipline. But you don't win anything for being disciplined, do you? You only win when you're at the top of the table and you got the points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, agreed with that, you know. But knowing Japanese, you know, they are very disciplined. You know, you can see they really challenge for every ball. You know, they don't go for and they don't argue with the referees. So they always play, concentrate in the games, and you can see. But again, as I said, discipline is very important. You know, for the league. You know, you need to win the game. You need to get a point. So I think Albrechts is pretty good in that position.
But you'd have to admit, wouldn't you, Naz, if you're going to get 5 red cards in a season and you're going to get 50 bookings, or you're only going to get 15 yellow cards, but you've got those red cards and those yellow cards and you win the league, you're the happier, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that at the end of the day. I mean, what you want the management want is to win in the league, you know, whether you got a red card, 5 red card, or 20 yellow cards, you know. But important thing is to be top of the tables and winning the league.
Exactly, spot on. Nice little flick there from Bruno, waiting for the support of Ichikawa. He comes back inside, time and space now for the substitute, Nagasawa. And slows everything down yet again. Can they hang on? Can they push forwards and get a few more goals? That's the big question. Actually went 2 up against the Warriors last time they were here, and almost a chance there for Bruno Sakamoto, who's on a hat-trick. Looking menacing there. Bruno going down a dead-end street there and had to come all the way back home. Time and space here for Sato. Held back inside, nice play. Nagasawa. Bruno with the layoff. Nagasawa again. Bruno. You see how compact Hogang are from our vantage point up here in the commentary position. They really are flooding that middle third. Now they're looking to try and push. But of course, that's when the extra bodies, they can just pass it around Albrechts. That's exactly what they want this half, isn't it? You can see exactly the way that Hogang have come out, and that is why they're not looking bad at all here, Albrechts. Not that. It's as though Hogang are getting ready to make a change. It's as though Liam Shotton is the man that's going to come off. A chance here for Ichikawa to pull it back, and long-range first-time shot coming in there from Masatake Sato. Almost catching Fadil Salim out, but didn't. Diallo takes a ball to the face there. Little tug on the shirt. Nagasaki keeps possession. In he is again. Little give and go. Chance here. Again, just trying to overplay slightly. That's why they got caught. And lost the impetus going forwards, but Hogang seemed to have picked it up again. Here is Beattie, time and space for him to move into. Threads it wide into the path of Hilmi. Now Hilmi tries to play it forwards, but there's no one there. Shakir. Not wide, the flag goes up. Diallo is straight into an offside position, and the substitution will be made. And it is an interesting one because Liam Shotton is being bought off, and it's Jerome Baker, the 22-year-old Canadian, who is coming on. Now, I did hear from Alex Weaver earlier that he scored a hat-trick in the Prime League just the other day, and he's forced his way back into the reckoning of not just the starting 11 but the squad, and really has a point to prove. So you can expect him to be working his socks off, but Shotton coming off takes away that option of going a little bit longer, doesn't it? So somewhat of a surprise.
Yeah, I think basically you can see Shotton didn't have a good game in the first half, and you can see he missed the chances, and look at him, he's confident. Maybe he need a confident back. I think if it's good for Baker to get inside, you know, to prove his worth, you know, since he's doing well in the Prime League.
Diallo just tries the reverse pass around the corner. Beattie picks up the ball in the middle of the park. Slows it back down again. Azar gives it to Beattie. Beattie threads it out wide into the path of Faisal. Faisal helps it forwards. And Hilmi gets the ball first. Gets a cross in and almost catches Hideo Kihara out. It's pretty much the second time that he's touched the ball this half. The first one was to fist it away just after half-time from a corner, and the second one is a comfortable catch, because again, that's where you want Shotton bearing down on goal, the big man putting pressure on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, you know, you need to put a pressure on the goalkeeper. You just can't leave the goalkeeper. So when there's no pressure, it gives you all the time to catch the ball. So I think you need a big defender. I mean, you need a forward to put a challenge on that.
Looks as though Jerome Baker has gone and played out wide. It looks as though it's Nohilmi who's gone more central. Who's pushed on a little bit more. Nice little 1-2 there. Fazli Jaffa, is he going to keep that in play? Yes, he is. Can he get past Bruno? We've seen that he's got enough about him upper body strength-wise, and that's exactly what he does. Fazli Jaffa not happy with that decision. Little wily smile. There's a little nudge in the back, which is why the whistle went. See Bruno there just trying to shepherd it out, and does so. Had a promising start and career when he was at Combat United under Darren Stewart's leadership, and Darren Stewart, a lot of faith in him. Used to work really well with him, putting in deliveries and crossing. That's the part of the game that he really needed to improve, and could really, if that had increased a little bit more, been knocking on the door of a national team call-up. But it's the one thing that's let him down is the consistency of his deliveries into the box. Does work incredibly hard though, Fazli Jaffa. Saw there the fans with the loudspeakers, the hools as they're known, getting behind the Howegang team, trying to egg and urge them on a little bit more. It's exactly what they want, but unfortunately it's not working for them at the moment, so they need to make a bit more noise. Time and space. Ichikawa inside, gets it back, closing down, not at a premium now from Howegang. Diallo just clips the heels of Nagasaki. Play continues. It's gone all the way out to the far side. Yamada looking to burst onto the scene and burst forwards. Bruno again slowing it down. There's Bruno just threading it wide. Switch, but we know Bruno's quick, but he's not that quick. 17 passes there from Albrecht Niigata in one go. There we go. That's a nice little skip and challenge from Nagasawa. Looks to get in down to the back. That's a foul. Lau Meng just stepping across the line, conceding a free kick in a dangerous position and a yellow card. Mistaken, it's the second yellow card of the game. Jasny picking one up in the first half, and Lau Meng picks one up in the second half. For you, definite free kick.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that it's quite a very close call, you know, but you can see that Wayman put his body there, put his leg there, by instructing the opponent to pass him, you know. So he got quite a close call for that.
Maybe feels a little bit hard done by there. Has to put the challenge in. Free kick, yes. Yellow card, debatable. Yep. Chance here though for Albrechts. Big guys are up from the back. That much we do know. Ishikawa's in there, Fukuda's in there. Let's see what quality Sato can put in. Sato drills it across the face of the 6-yard box, and Bruno was just about to get on the end of that. That was an important interception there from Nohilmi Jasny. Just managed to poke it away.
I think they work it very well in the free kick, you know, training well, where, you know, everybody expect to get a high ball, where I mean, whatever it is that they cut it back low and get somebody to attack the ball. But I think they did well outcome to at least take a kick at the ball.
If you saw that, Bruno actually started at the front, ran all the way around the back of everybody, so it was definitely one off the training ground, that.
Yeah, of course, you know, I mean, I can see they work on the training ground is very important, especially set pieces, corner kick or free kick is very important to work on the training ground, and I think they did well. They did well to basically to work on that.
It was his goal that started things so well for Howegang. Doesn't seem to be going their way at the moment, though. Nice little ball played forward. Sakamoto, who's dropped deep, keeps possession. Otaru's just always seems to find that yard, helps it forwards. This is nice play again from Albirex. They do look better when they're a little bit more dynamic and when they're creating problems, and they do get into that final third. There you go again. They've done it and won it back. Nagasawa, time and space. There's Sakamoto ahead of him, but also has options in Sato. Sato miscontrols it. Under 15 minutes to go for stoppage time. Works Niigata leading Hogan United by 2-1. The Great Eastern Yosef League 2013. As the young fans down in front of us get right behind their team, cheering everybody on. Nice ball inside, Sato. That's a lovely reverse pass as well, and they're in here. Good defending from Faisal Amir. He had to get his body in the way there and try and stop that. He's lucky that he doesn't get a yellow card, because that was the correct thing to do, because they got caught out there, Haugang pushing forwards. So, free kick. 5 orange shirts in the box. Almost everybody back, just Diallo forwards for Haugang. Whipped in, the faintest of touches. It was a little glance as well. It wasn't a million miles away.
I think it's not a bad ball from the free kick. Everybody attacked the ball near post. And unlucky.
Another interesting substitution from Johanna Johari. Thomas Beattie is being replaced. Feroz Hassan is coming on. Interesting, it has to be said.
Number 6, Thomas Beattie, has been replaced by jersey number 2, Feroz Hassan.
Diallo. His back cap. Great turn from him. Real opportunity to score. Well, that looked like a man in confident form, but Yamada stuck to his task well and put the challenge in, and it's just as well he did. The 22-year-old there just let the ball roll across him. It's a lovely little touch, but good defending in the end.
I think it's a good turn by Bakar, get a ball turn nicely, try to be play. But what I feel like, I think the defender did it well. But what I can see is that Baker tried to bring forward, Baker tried to bring forward, and I think it would be much better than that for him to take a shot.
Ball whipped in, and the header at the far post from Nohelmi Jasny. Is that a touch of cramp? Yes, it is. There's that ball whipped in, and you can see he's almost tainted. He has his tainted off the head there of Hazri Zayas. He's scored from a corner so far this year, but lack of communication there between the players. Johanna Johari looking on, just wondering what he's got to do now. Fazli Jaffa with the header inside. Look at the time and space again for Albrechts. Just looks as though Haugang have stepped it up again with their closing down. As they're playing it forwards, and a little mix up there in defence. Diallo picks up the loose ball. A little bit of off the ball going on there between Fazli Jaffa and Ichikawa. Drilled and fired forwards, and off the knee of Nohelmi Jasny. He's just getting a little ticking off. Saying he was going to get the ball, that was all, and there's 2 balls on the pitch now. Of course, there's no need to run around and chase things like that in our day when we only had 1 ball. And as you'd kick it out of the stadium, wouldn't you, so that you'd waste a little bit of time. Can't do that now.
Yeah, I mean, of course you can't do that now. You can see everywhere, the ball picker is having a ball now. So they try to start away the game as quickly as possible, But those days was, kick the ball in a few seconds to breathe, to take your time, to recover. Especially when you're winning, wasting time is the best.
It always was the best. Now, it seems as though some players just don't have a clue, because you should smash it off the advertising hoardings and get the ball back onto the field of play, because normally somebody throws one on as well. Sakamoto's on a hat-trick, gets upended, yellow card, no question. Faisal Amir had tucked in. That's his 6th yellow card of the season. The 29-year-old committing the foul there. No questions about that one as we enter 9 minutes to go. Unfortunately for Albirex, Suzuki is off. There you go. Faisal Amir, confirmation then. Number 6 for the season. He's got half of the yellow cards that the whole of the Albirex Niigata team have themselves. Boom, there you go. Yeah. I don't think you're going to argue with me on that one, are you? Are you, Naz? That's a clear-cut yellow card.
Yeah, it's a clear-cut yellow card. I think there's no choice for the defender to bring him down, because it's a very good turn by the forwards, going towards the goal. So there's the only is the best for him to bring him down, and I think he deserves a yellow card.
Just deserved, not thoroughly deserved. So Hota trying to line this one up, just asking if the wall is back 10 yards. So they're 2 yards inside the box. So by my reckonings, that's 26 yards out. It's over the top of the wall. Well, he done find it on him with the eyes. He just couldn't get it back down. So that's how it was with the opportunity.
Yeah, not a bad shot, Try his best, 3 down. The goalkeeper didn't even move the ball. Didn't even manage to move. I think if we keep lower, I'm sure it will be a very good goal.
Diallo. Reverse pass forwards, looking for the run of Fazli Jaffa. He's not going to get there. Wants to put the challenge in, wins the throw-in. Still time here, only 7.5 minutes to go, plus a little bit of stoppage time, but Hogang are not out of this game yet. There's only the solitary goal in it.
Yeah, I think Hogang need to reach forward, to get a goal, because the last 10 minutes, there's no one sitting back, try to get the goals and try to get the equalizer.
Yeah, you just got to go for it, haven't you? Fazli Jaffa looking to create a yard. Manages to get the cross in, straight into Hideyoki Hara, though. This should be a big, big win, though, as mentioned, and an important win when it comes down to it for Albirex. Put them that little bit closer towards the top of the table, Tampines Rovers. It will put them 2 points behind, although Tampines Rovers do have 2 games in hand. One of those will be played tomorrow. And then outside, Tampines Rovers will take on Darren Stewart and his Balestier Khalsa side at the Topayo Stadium. So if you're in the area, get yourself down and watch the live action. Nothing better than being there and actually physically being able to take in one of these S-League games. Totally different atmosphere from watching it on the TV. So get down and support your local team, whoever it is. Final change being made for Hogang. Mohilmi Jasny's coming off. And it is going to be Basid Hamid that will come on. More of an out-and-out striker, Basid Hamid. He started the game out wide, so they are looking to try and get back into this. Nice ball flick forwards. It is Basid, gets on the ball, tries to help it on, and anywhere it'll do for Albirex at the moment. Easy pickings again from Hideyoki Hara. Just proves about that confidence thing that we spoke about just after half-time, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can see that in the second half. I think the goalkeeper is much confident, you know, very confident with the ball, you know, especially there's no pressure, and I think he did well so far.
The fans, they've just managed to see themselves on the big screen that's opposite us as well. All the little children being informed as well. So 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go in this S-League encounter. Howe trailing by 2-1. Here is Baker. Baker shows a little bit of trickery there, flicks it forwards and tries to find Diallo but can't. Hoisted into the air, a little flick on, not the best defensive header from Faisal. It's allowed the orange shirts to pick up the ball. Bruno. It's gone out for another throw-in. Bruno, little give and go. Is he in behind? No. Looks as though Sakamoto's running out of a little bit of steam there. Hasri picks it up, but Sakamoto puts the challenge in again. It's been an interesting game, hasn't it, Naz? And the way that Albrecht started so slowly, but have managed to force their way back into this, and it will be a big, vital 3 points if they do go on to win this game.
Yeah, of course, you can see that Albrecht need to get the 3 points, you know, for them to close the gap with Tempest Rovers. In the second half, I can see that Albrecht are pushing forward, and especially Bruno managed to play well on the right side, you know, the ball pressure to him, and he managed to win the ball. So I can see that, again, as I said, Albrecht always be patient, wait for the right moment, and I think second half Albrecht are better side.
Could be a chance here for Baker. Lay off Diallo. Well, totally miscues his kick. Hana has to clear his lines. Do you think it's a deserved win if they do take all 3 points?
Yeah, I think it's a deserved win by Albrecht, you know, because as I said again, you know, they are very patient. They're keeping the ball, and as I said, you know, Albrecht always their style of playing, giving ball on the ground, waiting the right moment to play the ball forward.
So some interesting thoughts there. You'll be able to catch the thoughts of Nazri Nasir after the final whistle as well with our post-show, Vishal Zadhak. And all the action and the interviews of what's happened. As it is, the clock ticking by, and he's not a friend at the moment of Howe. We are going to see a change. It is Yoshinaga Arima who has come on, and it is Sakamoto who's gone off. So there'll be no hat-trick for him today. But he's done his job, he's got a brace, and more importantly for him, that's put him at the top of the goal-scoring charts with 8 goals. And that is alongside Monsef Zerka from Tanjong Pagar. Not over here yet, though. Albrecht's having to defend. Long ball floated in. Hara thought about coming, headed clear to the edge of the box, flicked away by Nagasaki. Baker, little layoff inside from him. Time and space for Faisal. He gives the ball away, though. Ishikawa, it is. And again, anywhere will do. Albrecht Nagata just squeeze up. 90 seconds plus stoppage time before the referee will blow the final whistle. Good forwards. The flick on, looking to come there from Diallo, but solid defending it was from Fukuda. Offside not given, everybody caught standing in there, but mocked up rather well in the end. So Hammock goes to close down. Kind of just having a little shove and just pointing to the referee and saying, is he sure? It's going to be a battle between Arima and Sakir. It is him who wins it. Hazri tries to start things going again. And that's just about going to see us through for the fourth official to put up his board. 4 minutes of time added on at the end of this game as the 90 minutes elapse. Throw-in not taken from where it should be from Lau Meng Meng. He won't want to say anything to the referee as he's already been put into the book.
The information has
The
indicated 4
confirmation that
minutes.
the 4 minutes will be added on. Long throw down the line. Lau Meng Meng wins the header. Sakir is having to go back and defend this. Does well to turn away from trouble, tries to help it forwards, gives it away. Easily picked up in the end though by Sato. He is again. Tries to sort his feet out. Fazli Jaffa puts a challenge in. Nice skill. The ball touched the line. The full ball did not cross the line. That is why it hasn't been given. Danger not clear yet though. Nagasaki just plays it out wide into Yamada. Yamada tucks one nicely up the line. Arima working the line extremely well up top. Keeps possession again. Gets cut out as Baker tries to get on the end of it. And again, trying to be a little bit too precise. Hogang as they play their way out of trouble. Ball clipped into the channel behind. They will go home a very, very happy bunch. A lot of kids here that have come down to support Albrechts today, and it's been an interesting performance from them. They didn't turn up the first 15 minutes, but they've certainly earned their way back into this game, and probably on the overall balance of play earned the 3 points if they get them, because there's still time left for Hogang. Baker with a head on. Free kick, little nudge in the back there. Oh, it's gone against, it's gone for the handball there. Actually, Hamid can't believe it. It was Otta that was putting the challenge on. It looked as though it was a slight nudge from behind, but the referee judged that that wasn't the case. Well, they were both at it. Not really too much in that from either side. And here's the long ball forwards, and well, you can see exactly what they're doing now. Albrechts don't care, they're just trying to shut this game down, and they're just trying to kill this game off. And the way that this is going, they have 90 seconds to hang on. It'll be a huge 3 points, and it will put them just 2 points behind Tampines Rovers. Launching that one on Baker, couldn't get on the end of it. They've won the throw-in though. I do know that there's always late drama here at the Jalan Stadium, but as is the norm and the customary, if Sugiyama and his Albrechts Nagata side are winning and it's into that final minute, he does make another change. So it is going to be Masatake Sato that comes off, and it's going to be Kazuya Fukuzaki that comes on. That is just to try and take the edge right off the clock and try and finalise and finish everything, because there's only a few seconds left. Lau Meng Meng goes long and direct, headed forwards by Ichikawa. Here is the man that's just come on, Kozaki. And Albrechts just looked to try and play out a little bit from the back. That one's overcooked though. Needed to be in the corner from Ichikawa if they want to see this game out, because Fadil Salim can launch one long, headed back by Ichikawa. Throw down the line. Fighting and battling along there in the middle of the park now. There is the referee's final whistle. Well, what an intriguing 45 minutes that second half was, when Albrecht Niigata had, well, didn't look as though they were going to get anything from this game in the opening 15 minutes, but it's all down to this man here, Sakamoto, with a brace. One in the 43rd minute, just before half-time. That was a vital goal, but then in the 58th minute, stepped up and finished it off with aplomb. That means that Albrecht Niigata will take the spoils here by 2-1 against Hougang United. Diallo tried to salvage a little bit of pride for Hougang, but it was too little too late. And the second half, you do have to say, Hougang United didn't really have that cutting edge. That was the biggest problem. Albrecht probably overall thoroughly deserved these 3 points. It's time for us to say goodnight and get down to Shehzad Haq, who's going to take you through all the highlights along with Nasri Nasser. Shehzad, over to you, my pal. Thanks, Shehzad. This was the first half. This was the opening goal. It was a huge, huge mistake from Hideoki Hara. Tried to clear his lines. A nice little chest down there from Nohelmi Jasny, and nicely finished by Diallo. Mamadou Diallo making absolutely no mistake here, drilling this one in for his 4th of the season. And it just looked as though Albrecht Niigata were making all the mistakes, and they just weren't at the races that opening 15-20 minutes, which is why Hougang United had taken the lead. Well, the equaliser, when it came, it took 4 blue shirts from Hougang to stop, stare and watch. A great bit of skill here from Kazuki Sakamoto, who skipped past all 4 defenders and found the bottom corner. A great finish. That was his 7th so far this season. But more importantly, this was 2 minutes before half-time, and it really did give Albrecht Niigata a good break just before half-time. As Nasri just mentioned there, Albrecht Niigata with the side doing all the pushing in the second half, and Masatake Sato went very close on this occasion. Fadil Salim electing to just try and fist this one away. Pushed it to safety, but again to no avail from either side. Ball drilled in, Fadil on his toes. This was the resulting corner that got played to the far post. It was drilled back across by Fukuda. Fadil at the second attempt used his body well here, got his foot there, and the quick reactions to pounce on that loose ball made no mistakes. Here's the second goal. Bruno showing upper body strength and maturity there. A great ball played in to Sakamoto. He made it 2-1. He's made it 8 for him for the season so far. And how about that for a touch and a finish? Bang, bang. As quick as you like, just in one stride. But you've got to give a bit of credit there to Bruno. It was his hard work and endeavour down that right-hand flank that created that opportunity. This was the best chance of the second half that came for Hougang. It was hung up at the far post. And Liam Shotton, as all good strikers like it there, to just try and get on the end of that and head it goal-bound. Just kind of glanced at it and the chance went amiss. Bruno looked as though he was going to get close, but it was Nohelmi Jasny that got a little touch here. You can see the run that he made all the way from the back of the 5 orange shirts all the way to the front to try and get something on it. But he pulled his shot wide. A little flick header as well went just wide as Albrecht kept peppering and pushing forwards and creating chances. Baker came on as a substitute and again looks sharp and lively, but doesn't really and hasn't really over the previous weeks had the match fitness to play at the S-League level, even though he did score a hat-trick in the Prime League last week. Long-range shots, taking a deflection off the knee of Nohelmi Jasny to no avail. There was only ever going to be one winner in this one because 4 shots on target for Albrecht Niigata as opposed to Hougang United's 2. 2 shots off target from each of the teams, so 6-4 overall. That is a big disparity of 30% more for Albrecht. The yellow cards, 3 for Hougang, none for Albrecht Niigata, no surprise there, but the possession stat has increased slightly to 62% because they did keep the ball incredibly well. As I always say though, it's the only stat that matters is the one at the top. It is the Swans that take the spoils. They win this one 2-1. Shehzad, I'm sure there's plenty for you to talk about there with Nasri Nasser.
Thanks, Shehzad. So congratulations on the win. I mean, the team started quite slow, but you must have been pleased with the response after conceding a goal to Hougang.
Okay, firstly, we'd like to give the opponent credit for giving us a good game. Despite conceding the first goal, we did not panic, and we actually played to our usual style, and we are glad that we scored 2 goals through Sakamoto.
Okay, and of course, this match was a must-win game after the loss last week to Home United.
I think we try to win every game. Yes, this game is like a must-win, but after this game, we will also look forward to the next few matches. We want to try to win every game.
Okay, thanks. Back to you, Shazat.
Well, I'll tell you what, we had to take a look at that first goal because there were 27 passes before it went in, and that's absolutely superb from Albrecht Niigata, and that's what you expect from them. It's just wonderful to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, you know, this goal after passing, you know, and waiting right moment, and it was a good challenge. I mean, to Bruno to make the challenge and to cut it back, and I think it's a very good first touch, you know, for the striker to touch and look at it, snapshot, it's a goal.
I think one person, well, we talked about Sakamoto. I'm sure we'll bring him up again, but someone else who really does impress, Bruno Castanheira, Brazilian-born. He's got a bit of that samba magic in him, and he creates so much on that right-hand side.
Yeah, I can see that, you know. I mean, coming from a family, you have a Brazilian blood, you know. I'm sure they have that skills, you know, that kind of samba kind of football, you know. I think he did very well. You can see in the second half, most of the attack was coming from the right side. I think Bruno have a very good game today.
Sakamoto, I mean, we have to talk about him as well. 2 goals, that's now 8 in the S-League. He's a leading scorer here. What a talent. His finishing is absolutely superb.
Yeah, I mean, that's very important, you know, getting I mean, today is like that, it's 8 goals, you know, getting his confidence is very important for a striker, you know, to get going every game, try to get shot, try to get goals, you know, so that make a striker very important to the team. So like what today, again, I said 2 goals for tonight, and I think it's very important for him. And you know, as I said, you know, you have the skills, you have the talent, you know, that's very typical of striker, you see.
With Sakamoto in that kind of form, Nazri, can we expect perhaps a little bit more of a fight now with Tampines Rovers?
Yeah, I mean, I expect him, you know, especially he have to stand out, you know, with the big games, you know, especially with Tampines Rovers. Even I mean, the third of position in the team, DPMM, you know, he need to step up, you know, to show that they only play the lower teams is perform, but also when you play with the top team.
Thanks, Shazat. So, do you think today's results are a fair reflection of the game?
Yes, both teams played well. Both teams, I think, played to instruction, and we keep ourselves compact because we know Albrecht will. They got good possession football, and so we keep compact. And what we did is the counter attack, and it pays evident. The first goal we got it, and I think after that we lose to the goal lead.
Okay, and I mean, Hoウガンhad some good opportunities, good positioning throughout the game, but they just couldn't finish.
We can see that I think Albrecht also have a good chance. I think both teams today have a fair share of chances, but both teams. They take the chance, they take the 2 chances, and we take only 1 chance. So I think it's a fair share of a game today.
Thanks for that. Back to you, Shazat.